Yeah, I'm trying to use the camera built into the computer.
Next month you ought to be able to go to Ross. 'Cause
Yeah.
they have a meeting there something next week for Joey, so I would imagine that it will officially open.
Do I have a Splendor?
You may not get many people, everybody's coming at breakfast. It started at 7:30 and it's a free breakfast, so anything free here, we take it.
Well, there's Buffy.
Good morning.
Morning, young Miss Buffy. How are you?
I'm good.
That's what I've heard. That's what I want right there. Extender.
Is that somewhere new, Foodies?
What's up?
Is that somewhere new, Foodies?
Foodie. I usually try to do a new one and then an old one. Jump back and forth. There we go.
Good morning.
Morning. How we doing? Good morning, everybody. This is Todd at Travel is Fun. I'm going to try and line this up so you can see the TV. I've got enough cables.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what else will we need?
That's the air conditioner blower right there.
Oh, it's blasting you?
Very cool. I better go sit over there.
I could use some of that in the office. We still.
I should sit right there. Yeah.
That's the one biggie I'm working on in our new office. We don't have AC yet. I've been fighting for 2 weeks to get that approved by the idiots who run the place.
I just need to sign it for that.
Maybe you can turn the fan off.
I'm gonna turn the air down.
Meet up.
Oh, yeah, that's right. When it's set at 75.
Well, go sit over there. Yeah, but it's a fan.
Mr. Tom today.
I know, it's closed too. That's weird. It's closed.
I think it's coming out that door. No, I can feel it out of this one up here.
Is that what?
Huh. Well, can't you just turn the fan off?
I'm gonna keep it running because
Oh.
I gotta get it circulating in here with everybody that's.
Well, January
just,
28th, does it look like it's going?
Yes. Yeah, I've got like one shy of it going right now. So a few more and it's locked.
Okay,
So it's looking good.
should I give you a check
Yes, you should.
balance today?
Sure.
Or wait?
Yeah, that one's a safe bet, I think.
Huh?
That one's a safe bet.
Okay, I think I owe you $60. Yeah, I had a
The credit,
credit for, I think it was 69 or something.
I can check. Let me give Lori a call.
That's it.
Hey, Tom, Buffy was asking a question.
Oh, No. Okay.
Yeah, it's nice scenery, good food, good company.
Chicken more south. Broccoli.
I think I owe you $30.
After. Instantly. Thank you. I remember I worked at Penny's and for a couple of weeks I had to. When it's coach farming in the winter time, you know, the coats are high and there you are with these batches with these coats and over crazy. Yeah. But that was. Are you tired? Good.
Full.
You're full from breakfast, Jim.
Oh, yeah. How was it?
It's fun.
The, what?
Potatoes and eggs.
All right.
Yeah, we were all sitting at the table.
Not too bad.
I think they maybe should have started them or something, maybe if they gotten down the bottom.
Morning. Welcome, welcome.
Let's go over here.
I'll try to remember not to. Hello, how you doing, Dawn?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Were you
Want my
bring
name anywhere?
No, yes, I'm gonna have you sign it.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
I didn't sign it either.
I know, but
Okay. Todd, so if you do the credit card, there's a charge on the credit card, right?
Only when you're doing a diamond tour or if we ever do a White Star tour again,
Okay.
because they give us.
Well, that probably is a diamond tour. The Christmas one?
No,
Oh, no, okay.
that's ours.
Oh, so I could just call and give her my credit card number then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't even know how much I have.
We do like a check better, but
Oh, I'll send
We'll
you a
do it either
check
way.
then. I don't have
Yeah.
a problem.
if I got a choice, check is always my first.
Okay.
choice. Or cash.
You don't do Zelle, do you?
No, we're not set up for it.
Oh.
I talked to Lori about it and she rolled her eyes.
That's-
Wells Fargo and Iberia.
did you check to see if they have?
They do, but my sister does
Zell's
all the
the easiest.
bookkeeping.
You have to know his sister.
Well, and how you read it.
Yeah,
I get it.
That's the easiest way.
I had to get paid by my son because we paid him to do the carpentry work to fix the office.
Uh-huh.
So, but I bought all the materials on my card, so he had to reimburse me out of his pay. And he doesn't have checks, so.
Yeah. It's all about keeping.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta get reimbursed by the landlords. So yeah, my bookkeeping has been meticulous on
Yeah.
this. Everything they do is meticulous, except for, the things they need to do. Here you go, sir. That's for our contest.
Yeah. From what Wendy said about your office, you shouldn't be there.
Why?
She didn't have one good thing to say about it.
Really?
Yeah.
She hasn't said that to me.
Well, she said you don't have air conditioning and, she had a whole bunch of things last time I was on a trip when she was on it.
Well.
She just went bad mouthing it all over.
Yeah, she did that.
She didn't have one good thing to say about it and she said, I can't believe that Pat agreed to sign that lease.
He didn't. I signed it. Well, another dumb mistake I've made. Just add it to the list.
So are you gonna be picking up there too?
Yes, yeah, I've got flyers for it, and I'm gonna tell you about it in the slide. Yes, we are. We're in Dixie, across the street.
That's at least half an hour from Home Depot.
It's about 23 minutes on a good day. 'Cause I've checked it. And actually, I drove it today. See, I made it in about 19 minutes flat, but that ain't a bus. Yeah, the landlords have been difficult, but I challenge anybody to show me a landlord with a decent space that is easy to work with? I haven't found one. If they exist, they're not on this planet. That's typical of all these places. They the stuff that's same thing at the place we came from. I'm pretty happy with how it came out. It was a struggle to get there.
This year's also, I don't know what's happening.
Let me get you one of those. Yes.
Morning.
Morning. How we doing? I'm good. All right. Are we ready to get started? I got 10 a.m. So let's get rocking and rolling. Welcome to Travel is Fun Tours. This is our December 2024 meeting. Folks joining us at home. I think. I can't tell from here because I can't see them through the screen, but they can see me. So, typical opening. We are a family-owned small business. We were at Tyrone Gardens for 33 years. And I'm going to tell you that whole sad story. That's my middle of the month excitement to tell you about. We are responsive to your needs. We want you to go on our trips. We want you to tell your friends to go on our trips. And we are excited when we have a nice full bus and everybody's happy. We are fully licensed and insured, and we're one of the only companies that made it through COVID. So we're glad to still be here. We have well over 40 years of experience. If you add everybody together, it's over a century easily. I probably look like it. We have up-to-date modern motor coaches. We go out with Mark's First Class, and they do a great job. We've got some real good drivers. We got Tamisha and AJ and Kearns and a lot of other drivers who get us here and there. And there comes the bus. You can see that on our front window now because I've got new logos up. We do lots of multi-day tours a year, anywhere from 25 to 30. Was this better?
Well, don't be blocking.
Move the podium and then.
Well, the problem if I move the podium is the camera is attached to the computer. So I got it lined up where I want it. We do 25 to 30 multi-day tours a year. They range anywhere from 2 days to 21 days in length. And we go all over the place. And you can see Wendy's been busy talking to our friends at Diamond on the phone and getting us set up with Maine and Canada coming up. So we got a lot of good trips on the calendar for you. I'm going to tell you all about those. We do lots of day trips, and I was working real hard the last 2 weeks. March, so I'm going to tell you all about January, February, and March, and through about half of 2025. We do have a travel club. It is not required to be a member, but it is time to renew your travel club if you do want to keep getting the mailing from us. And that is $15 for the renewals. You get $2 off, and you get a name tag, and you'll get a nice packet in the mail from us every month. Buying with travel is fun. Our experience is always going to be friendly and courteous and very informative. We're going to try and tell you all about the places we're going. We want to keep you comfortable on that coach. And most of all, you're going to have a ton of fun. So next is everybody's favorite part. We're going to do Where in the World. I'm going to show you a picture of a place Travel is Fun has gone. Oh, let's narrow it down. Someplace in the last 6 months we've been here. And I'll even narrow it down more. I took this picture. Don't yell out the answer. Winner's going to get $25 off their next trip. Best answer wins the prize. So the more details you put on your little yellow answer slip, the better off you are. If nobody gets the answer right, then we'll do a drawing so somebody still wins. Don't do fund or a smart user to cheat. 1 win per calendar year. Who has won so far this year? Holy cow, that narrows it down, don't it? Joanne and Ferris. You guys, it's going to be one of you too then. Oh, and Lee, you haven't won this year? Okay, there's 3 of you. You guys got good odds today. You picked a good day to come. All right. You guys ready for your picture? Here it comes. You're welcome to come up and take a closer look if you wish. Remember, don't yell it out if you think you know it, because then you just gave the answer to everybody. I see a lot of puzzled looks. Remember, just put your name on there. I'll do a drawing. If you've already won this year, you'll get an honorable mention anyway. All right, we're gonna drive on. So highlights of upcoming trips. Here's what's left of December. Not much. Tomorrow I'm doing lunch bunch. I do have space if you'd like to join us. We're going to go out to Lakeland to the Reese Cliff Family Diner. I want to give a mention to my top lunch buncher for the year, and that is Natalie Truesdale. Some of you guys know her. She has been on 86 lunch bunches.
She was Christina fit in.
Christina she missed one this year. She's in the 11th. She's an honorable mention too, but she just missed one. Tropical Christmas still has some space. That's a 3-day trip down to Fort Myers with a dinner at Broadway Palm for the musical A Christmas Carol and my spectacular New Year's Eve. That is on a wait list. So that is going to wrap up 2024. And good riddance, some of us say. Hopefully 2025 is a better year. Okay, jumping into 2025, January, we're going to have Epiphany on January 6th. That's going to include lunch at Hella's and a tour of the Greek Orthodox Church, St. Nicholas in St. Augustine. And we're going to try to set aside a small area for you guys to get right up close to the bayou and watch the diving for the cross. So it'll be a pretty exciting, fun day. It'll be an early lunch. We're going to have lunch about 11, and then we'll get right over to the bayou, get you over there to check out the kids diving. God knows what the weather will be. It could be 80 degrees. It could be 30 degrees. You never know what you're going to get. January 16th, our lunch bunch in January is going to be at Clear Sky on Cleveland up in Clearwater. And that's a really nice restaurant. You can see by the picture there, it's decorated pretty nice. Good food, gets great reviews, and should be a lot of fun there. January 18th, we've got going down to the Mahaffey. We're going to go to the Shen Yun performance at the Mahaffey. If you've never seen this, Dad's said, I haven't seen it myself, but Dad has said it's one of the most spectacular shows he's ever seen on a stage. And it's a cultural show, and their motto is go back to the original culture of China before Mao Zedong took over with the communists. And they are not sponsored by the Chinese government in any way. In fact, the government would like to see them go away and actively does things to kind of get in their way. January 19th, we'll go up to Crystal River for the Manatee River Festival. They will have boat rides available. There will be viewing areas where you can check out the manatees. They'll have entertainment and food trucks and all kinds of good stuff going on, and chances to go visit with those manatees while you're there. We've got South Florida and Key West coming up January 21st to 24th. That's a 4-day trip. It's got 3 nights at the Kendall Best Western Plus. On the way down, you're going to have an airboat ride, visit with the Gators and Wildlife Show in the Everglades, some sightseeing in the Everglades. You get to go to the Ranger Station and the Welcome Center, visit the world's smallest post office down there. It's a shack that you could probably fit 5 of them in this room. That's not too big. You'll get a full day passing through the Keys and spend the afternoon and early evening in Key West. And then the day after that, we're going to visit Zoo Miami and the Gold Coast Railroad, do a little driving tour of Miami. So a pretty nice days. In St. Armand Circle, some of you might be concerned about storm damage down there. The Columbia and I think it was the Tommy Bahama restaurant were both open within about 2 weeks after the storms. So they've been operating, and most all of the stores are back up and running. So you should have a good shopping experience down there. And it's a nice thing to do to support a community that got hit by those storms. These guys could use the business because trust me, they've had a lot of expenses recovering, and they could stand to make some sales. Also that day, we have the Marietta Museum of Art and Whimsy. Now, the way that's going to work, we're going to take everybody to St. Armand's Circle and give you time for lunch. We'll probably arrive about 11:30. Give you lunchtime. Then those of you going back to the Marietta Whimsy Museum, you'll meet the bus, get carted over there. And the other folks who are shopping in St. Armand's will stay there. Then we'll pick the Museum of Whimsy folks up on the way home. January 26th, we've got the Immokalee Casino paired with the Murder Mystery Train down out of Fort Myers. And they've got great food down there. The prime rib is really good. And they do a delightful murder mystery where they come on the train and during the train trip, and it's up to you guys to help figure out who done it. They have prizes for the folks who guess right. 2 breakfasts at the hotel included, 2 visits to the Great Immokalee Casino, and a little more sightseeing beyond that. So really nice tour, and it's actually selling pretty well. So we'll probably have a fairly full bus. Tuesday, January 28th, we're going to go to Marina Jack's. And Tom was asking about that one, and then Buffy was telling him how good it was. Again, really good food, nice boat ride down on Sarasota Bay, beautiful scenery, good narration, and a really pretty boat. It's a very nice yacht they take you out on. And then Jersey Boys, January 29th. We have enough for that to go already. So that's in good shape and a really good show. It's always been a popular show for us. It's the story of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. I will warn you, it does have a little language in the show because they're Jersey boys, as the title says. And so they didn't always speak like they were in church. But great food up there and not a real long day because it's only up in Hudson, so it's not as long of a drive. Then January 31st, we're going to have a double for you. You can go see Herman's Royal Lipizzans and have lunch at Der Dutchman. If you don't know the story of the Lipizzans, they're a famous breed of horse. They're one of the only horses that can actually jump and get all 4 hooves off the ground at the same time. And they're from Austria. And at the end of World War II, the Nazis under Adolf Hitler were going to go destroy all these horses just in a fit of rage. And General George Patton, who got his start in the horse cavalry, cared about those horses quite a lot and came up with this secret mission: go rescue a whole bunch of these horses and get them back to the U.S. where they'd be safe. So that's why we have Herman's Royal Lipizzans today. Now they do a national touring show where they go to arenas and stadiums, and you're going to pay 70, 80, 90 bucks for a decent ticket to see that show. What we're doing is we're going down to their winter training headquarters. We're going to be in an outdoor arena, and you can bring a chair or they have bleachers you can sit in, and you're going to watch a training performance. So you're going to get 90% of the show that they do in an arena at much lower cost. Plus, you get a nice lunch at Der Dutchman. January 31st, also, the other option is we'll be dropping folks off at Big Cat Habitat. And if you watch the opening or closing slideshow, those are Barbara Garabrand's pictures from our last visit to Big Cat Habitat. And they got all kinds of great critters there. You can actually feed the bears or feed the tigers for $5. They'll let you feed them. That's kind of cool. And they've got nice food there. So you won't be dining at Der Dutchman with the Herman's people. You'll have lunch on your own at Big Cat. All right, so you guys have heard that Travel is Fun moved. And so I'm going to share with you some of the ordeal I've gone through in the last couple of months. So if to set the stage here, I was up at Niagara Falls on a diamond tour with Wendy and our Russian bus driver who drove like he was in Russia. Now he was good, but he was a little different. He was fun. So I come back from that trip on September 10th. That's my first day back in the office after 2 weeks. And I come walking in, and Lori and Dad dropped the bomb on me that Brixmore, our landlord at Tyrone Gardens, has said, you're going to get out by October 31st. So I've got a little less than 2 months to get out. We don't have any place picked. We don't have a lease anywhere. That nobody's even really looked. Over the years, I have looked at many places trying to get us moved out of there, but now we've got a deadline. So I look at a bunch of places, drive around with Dad. We try to pick one. Lori finds South Pasadena Shopping Center online, and I take a good look at it. It looks like a nice place. It's got a Walmart, it's got CVS, it's got barber shops, it's got Fantastic Sam's, Quest, so you can get your blood testing done there. Ace Hardware, yeah, Ace Hardware is going to come into the story because that was really handy to have. So I do my first walkthrough with a young kid. He must be about 12 years old, and he shows the property. His name was Nick. We did that September 18th. We get down to the end of the wire with Brixmor, and there is no way we're going to be out of there on October 31st. So we reach out to Brixmor and say, can we get one more month? And they go, okay, because the barbershop wasn't out yet either. We were the last two things in Tyrone Gardens in that end, by the way. So they extended us to November 30th, which was very necessary. I sent and in between all this, you guys remember what happened?
Storm.
Little bit of excitement in the sky.
Helene.
Yeah, we had Helene and then we had Milton. So there was a little bit of a delay. I had gotten a lease from a letter of intent, it's called, from Kimco, our new landlords. We finally returned that on November 1st. And they finally got us a lease 2 weeks later. It took them 2 weeks to generate a lease. All the time, in the meantime, the space we're going into at South Pasadena had water in it from Helene. And they tore this much drywall from here down out of the entire place and piled it up in the back in a big damp pile. Also found out we brought in an air conditioning specialist to check the air conditioning for us. The air conditioning was last installed in 1994. And when the young man tried to switch it on, the air handler inside what is now Jay's office burst into flames. So we quickly turned that off and put out the fire. So I'm still working on getting air conditioning. Anyway, we got a signed lease finally, November 15th. November 19th, I finally get their attorney to countersign the lease. It took them 4 days to sign their own lease. I go over and I get a key made to the office. They didn't send me a key. I had to get a locksmith to break in. I showed them the lease, which knew I was the rightful occupant. So that was fun. So then I get an email the next morning from this lady named Pier, who says she's in charge and says, I can't do any work on the place yet, and I shouldn't have keys until she signs her last piece of paper. I get that about 1 p.m. on the 20th, and my son, who is a drywall expert, has been standing by to buy all the materials and move it in. So on the 20th in the afternoon, he goes to Lowe's and Home Depot, gets all the materials, moves them in, and on the 21st, we actually get to start working on the place. We had to be out of Tyrone Gardens by November 30th, and moving day was the 29th. So that gave us 8 days to repair all the drywall, texture it, blend it, paint it, get the water turned on, get a plumber in because everything leaked as soon as I turned the water on, and move the furniture. So here's the before pictures. This is what it looked like. So that's my bathroom. I replaced that vanity too because the vanity was garbage. So that was lots of fun. I learned a lot about doing drywall. Oh, and baseboard. Oh, and on top of that, my son had planned Thanksgiving week to be in Jacksonville with his brother and mother. So I lost him on Sunday of that week. So I had to finish the painting and baseboards without him. They do have a nice tile wall there. That saved us a lot of work because they didn't mess with that. But they did, for some reason, popped a hole in one of the tiles, and the tiles are like 9 3/4 inches by 14 11/16. So good luck finding a tile that size. Right now, I have a travel is fun sign covering that hole. So now you know my dirty secret. Yeah, I am gonna. Christopher's partner did remove the broken tile, so I've got a bare spot there to plug a tile into. I just haven't had time to find the right tile to go there. So that's the mess I was inheriting. And that's where Dad and Lori's office is now, behind this window. And that's where my desk sits. So you can see what a mess I had. Yeah, we're going to jump into February. I'm going to tell you more of that story at the end of February. So, and it's got a happy ending. So that's good. So we got the Mahaffey for River Dance, the good Irish dancers. I can't do it. Don't ask me. But they're going to be at the Mahaffey Theater. And I think that's in so the matinee. Yeah, it's a matinee 2 p.m. performance. So we've got a fair number of people signed up on that already. So that one looks good. February 4th, we're going to do a 3-day trip to Kennedy Space Center and the Space Coast. You're going to love this one. Day one, we're going to leave bright and early. We're going to drive out to Port Canaveral. We're going to have lunch at Fish Lips right on the port so we can watch the ships coming and going. Wasn't it great? Yeah, you're going to love it. Then that afternoon, we're going to go get checked into our hotel. And we're going to have a local step-on guide show us around Cocoa Beach and tell us all the stories. You're going to have an optional visit to the Wizard of Oz Museum in Titusville. I've had a lot of people ask about that one. We're going to, boy, I didn't list the luau on there. Yeah, there's a luau. We're going to go to, I need to fix that slide. There's going to be a luau. That's at the Horsepower Ranch. It is an outdoor, honest to God luau. Grass skirts, fire dancers, the whole 9 yards, a roast pig on the platter. It's a really good luau. The food was great. You're going to get a full day at the Kennedy Space Center. We're going to have a visit to the Sands Missile Center Museum. And we'll squeak in a couple other surprises for you on that one, too. So that's going to be a great trip. We're going to have a really good time. February 8th, we're going to do the Seminole Hard Rock Casino. That's going to be a day trip, and that'll be paired up with the Florida State Fair. So you can go to either one. And so you can have about 4 or 5 hours at the casino, or you can go run around the state fair and eat all that good health food, see all the shows, and have a great time. Then February 10th to 12th, we've got Amelia Island and Fernandina Beach coming. And that's our usual schedule. It's 3 days, 2 nights. So 2 nights at the Hampton Inn and Amelia Island. Views of Cumberland Island, where all the horsies hang out, the wild horses run around. You got a guided historic tour of the area, the Beach Creek boat tour, an Atlantic Ocean driving tour, and a lunch stop in St. Augustine. So how much more could you ask for? February 14th for Valentine's Day, we're going to get on the Starlight Sapphire, which actually is right down the road from our new office. You can almost walk to it from the office, but we're going to take you there on the bus and get you on board. Have a very nice cruise around the Gulf of Mexico. Have a nice lunch. We'll have good Valentine's goodies for you and take good care of you there. February 16th, we're going to go to Bach Tower Gardens. It's one of my favorite places to visit. It's going to be a beautiful time of year. The weather should be great in February for this. Not too hot, not too cold. If you do, it is kind of a walking day. So if you need a walker or assistance, make sure you bring that because you will put some miles on your shoes. The tower itself is a carillon tower, has bells up in the top, and twice a day, the carillon clavier is the name of the person who plays it. Comes in and plays on the keyboard and plays live music for you. And every half hour, they've got recorded music playing out of the tower. It includes a very nice lunch and a visit to El Retiro, which is the mansion on the grounds. February 20th, our lunch bunch is going to go to the Anna Maria Oyster Bar, and it's right on the water. And I got a great menu for you. And we're going to celebrate birthdays and anniversaries and anything else we can think of and have a wonderful time. And just once again, this is our December lunch bunch. So my folks who've gotten 12 lunch bunches in the year are going to get a special prize tomorrow. I'm talking about tomorrow. I shifted gears. Got to keep up. Tomorrow's lunch bunch, we're going to recognize the folks who've done 12 or 11 lunch bunches this year. So they're going to get a little goodie from me and Wendy. Just have a great day. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's surprising. It's amazing to me how many people hit all 12 lunch bunches in a year. I got about 9 or 10 of them. February 21st, we're going to go to a place I discovered. We did this on one of our New Year's trips. It's the Peace River Botanical Gardens. And it's a beautiful gardens. They got a butterfly garden in there. It's where you can go in and see the butterflies hatching and fluttering all around. They've got artworks all over the grounds, sculptures and paintings and all kinds of amazing things to see. You can go out on the Peace River. There's a pier that takes you about 100 yards out into the Peace River. So if it's a warm day, go out there. That breeze over the river will cool you off. We're also going to have lunchtime for you at Fisherman's Village on that one. So that'd be a really nice combination. It's a beautiful park, and I really love it there. There's some amazing works. Some of the best artworks. If you look at this lady in the water here, that's not a photo of somebody. She's a bronze sculpture that's been painted to look lifelike. And I always tell the joke. Uh, we found out they were sculptures after Wendy talked to one for 20 minutes, and it didn't say nothing. February 22nd, going down to Fort Myers. That's for the Broadway Palm Dinner Theater to see Crazy for You, or in the off Broadway Palm, they're doing Caught in the Net. So Crazy for You, it's a Tony Award winning musical, and it follows Bobby Child. He's a banker who dreams of being a star. He goes to foreclose on a failing theater, and he falls for the theater owner's daughter. To win her heart and save the theater, he disguises himself as a famous Broadway producer, but confusion and hilarity ensue when the real producer shows up, along with Bobby's fiance. Oh my. It's a Gershwin musical, and the hits include I Got Rhythm, I Got Music, Embraceable You, Someone to Watch Over Me. Great songs in this one, aren't there? In the small theater, they're doing that's the theater with the theater seating. They're doing one called Caught in the Net. And this is a comedy. It's the sequel to Run for Your Wife, and it finds taxi driver John Smith. He's still keeping his two families living separately, both blissfully unaware of each other. However, his teenage son from one family and daughter from the other have met online and made a love connection. Oh dear. The situation spirals hysterically out of control as John tries to juggle the truth. That sounds entertaining, don't it? Both of them include a great meal at the buffet, and they've got a cash bar and great performers. February 23rd, haven't tried this one before. We're going to go up to the Pasco County Fair and see some cows. There's a cow for you. They've got rides, they've got music. Their theme this year is Experience the Magic. So they're going to have some magic acts for you, too. So you'll have a real blast with that. February 24th, my New Orleans trip. That's on a wait list. I have had some turbulence on it, so the wait list has shrunk a little. So if you're sad you missed this one, get on the wait list. Maybe we'll get you a seat before February. It is a diamond tour. Wendy and I are hosting this one, and you're going to get a guided tour in New Orleans. We got admission to the World War II Museum, the Louisiana Plantation Tour, Mardi Gras World, and this is right before Mardi Gras. I think Mardi Gras is like 2 weeks after we're there. So Mardi Gras is going to be gearing up for all the parades and getting the floats ready and the costumes ready. And talking to Dad, there are some parades leading up to Mardi Gras, so we might bounce into a parade or two while we're there. We'll have some good time in the French Quarter, a Mississippi River cruise. Now, the one hitch on Diamond Tours, I don't have the hotels yet. I did talk to them a week or so ago, and I sent them a big fat check to try and make sure we get good hotels and get them early. So we'll find out about those probably end of January. February 27th, going to go back down to Venice to Chinook Haven, and that is a fish camp on the Mayaca River. The Suncoast Banjo Society plays there. They've got great food, beer, wine, all those drinks. Lunch is on your own. You can also take a boat ride on the river. Okay, back to the 8-day miracle. Now, here's the after. Now, these are early pictures before I finished. We haven't even finished decorating yet. We still have to hang pictures, and we've got little shadow boxes with toy buses. We've got some decorating left to do. We're going to do an actual official grand opening in January. So keep an eye on our email and our website, and we'll announce that. I'm probably going to do it shortly after the January Travel Club meeting. So come by. We'll have cake and prizes and welcome you to our new home. So here's what it looks like now. Anybody's been in the office recognizes that board. I built that. That's where we keep all of our flyers. And that's where I covered up the hole.
Yeah.
That works for now till I can get the tile in there. I know how to do tile. It's just finding that darn tile. You know, you guys have donated me so many pencils. I have a 2-gallon Ziploc full,
Yeah, but they're this big.
and you're not going to change me. I'm still going to use them until they're this big. That's my desk, and so I've got a filing cabinets there to store stuff. And now I have a coat hook right here so I can hang my jacket up. That's pretty cool. The window's right there so I can see people coming and going, but the sun does bake on me in the afternoon. That's Lori and Dad's office. I got a window between us, and I taught Lori. We got new phones now. We switched from Spectrum and our antique phones. We've got Verizon phones. They're actually cell phones, but it's a desk phone. So it looks like a desk phone, but the guts of it is a cell phone. And I set it up so we have intercom now. So Lori's actually used the intercom a couple times in the last few days, which thrills me. It makes me laugh. So then we got a long hallway back there. Jay is behind Lori and Dad's office, and that's a view down the hallway towards the front door. And there's our new kitchen. Now, if you didn't know this about our old kitchen, it was pretty awful. It was a discarded piece of kitchen counter on top of a couple of those filing cabinets with the refrigerator precariously balanced on it. And the electricity back there wasn't so good, so you couldn't run the toaster oven and the microwave at the same time. So only one person could make their lunch. So everything's on a baker's rack, nice and neat now. And we got a table, and we actually have a kitchen sink, and it doesn't leak now because I found a very good plumber. So we got extra fire extinguishers. So that's kind of, you should come by and check it out. Again, there's a ton of great things around us. We've got a bookstore right next to us. Go buy a book from them. They're a small business and they could use the sales. They're very nice people. But don't wrestle too hard with Penny the dog. She took a nip out of me. It was my fault. I was roughhousing with her. March 1st, we're going to go back to the Off Broadway Palm Dinner Theater to see Savannah Sipping Society. And this is a sequel. It's a story of 4 Southern women, and they're drawn together by fate. They turn weekly happy hours into a mission to renew the enthusiasm for life they've lost through the years. Their raucous humor and collective strengths see them through unexpected challenges, and to their surprise, they realize it's never too late to make lifelong friends. And again, that's in the small theater, so you'll dine in a dining room and then sit in regular theater seats for the show. March 3rd, we're going to do one day of the Strawberry Festival. We picked the coasters, drifters, and platters. It cost you about $35 to get a reserved seat for the show. However, you can hear the music anywhere you are on the Strawberry Festival grounds. So you don't care about seeing the show, you'll surely hear it. You can go in and get some good strawberry shortcake, watch the pig races, and do all that good festival stuff. That'll be a lot of fun. March 8th, Wendy's going to take you shopping with Wendy. That's what SWW is. On her mystery thriftery. She's going to take you to an undisclosed location full of thrift stores. She's going to take you to different thrift stores. And you know, Wendy, she's going to give away a bunch of my money. She's going to have prizes for everybody. And she's going to make it a lot of fun for you. So join her on March 8th for the mystery thriftery adventure. March 13th, Lunch Bunch. We're going to go to Foodies, which is in Tampa. This is a funny story, too. So I'm sitting in the new office, and a little VW Bug with a advertising a 50s diner. Like, oh, 50s diner. I wonder where that is. That might make a good lunch bunch. And I get out and I go look at it because she went into Quest. And I don't, if the phone rings, I'm going to miss her. So I put one of our flyers under her windshield and said, please call me. I'd like to come to your restaurant. I find out her restaurant's in Delray Beach and they went out of business. So she moved to Gulfport and still has the car with the wrap. So then I start looking into 50s diners. I find another one up in Brooksville that looks good, except they're out of business. So as I'm looking through 50s diners, this Foodies in Tampa pops up. And they are kind of a 50s theme, but they've got great food reviews. And the manager was real easy to talk to. So we're going to have a really nice lunch in Tampa at Foodies. And that'll be our March lunch bunch. And that's how that happened. March 15th, we're going to go to Disney Springs. And that's just going to be an afternoon shopping and dining experience. And a great place to spend the afternoon. If you need to do some shopping for gifts, they got a Lego store. You can never go wrong with that. They got Disney stores. They've got a lot of upscale clothing stores and great restaurants to eat in. If you can go check out the Planet Hollywood, which is full of memorabilia from all your favorite movies. You can eat at T Rex and be surrounded by dinosaurs, or the Rainforest Cafe, or there's a great Irish pub over there, and entertainment and decorations and all kinds of good things to see. Should be very Irish right then. Speaking of Irish, we're going to go to Dunedin for their St. Patrick's Day celebration. We've got a map of where the activities will be, so we're going to drop you off in a convenient corner, let you explore for the day. So they will have food trucks and specials and green beer and bands and lots of entertainment and sidewalk sales and all of that good stuff going on. March 20th, we're going to go to Suncoast Broadway again up in Hudson for the show Waitress. And I guess this was a movie too. I haven't seen it, but it's based on a 2007 movie, and the lyrics and music is by Sarah Biles, who's won a Grammy Awards. It's a story of Jenna, and she's an expert pie maker stuck in a small town and a loveless marriage. Won a baking contest in a nearby county, and a satisfying encounter with someone new show Jenna a chance at a fresh start. She must find the courage to seize it. And Entertainment Weekly says it's a little slice of heaven. Sounds like it could be make it at Christmas. That could be a Hallmark movie. March 21st, we're going to go to Amalie Arena for Disney on Ice, and that's featuring Frozen and Encanto. And they always put on a beautiful show with great music and all the characters on the ice. This has always been a real popular one for us. March 22nd, we're going to do a double that night. We're going to go to the Tampa Fairgrounds for their Hot Air Balloon Festival. That runs from 5 to 11 p.m. So we'll be out after dark, and we'll be getting back kind of late, probably close to midnight. But if you want to see the dusk and the balloons light up, there's no way around that. So we're going to get you out there. They're going to have food trucks and entertainment, and you can do a tethered balloon ride for $35 if you want to take advantage of that. And that'll be at the Tampa Fairgrounds. So what's next to the Tampa Fairgrounds? The Hard Rock Casino. So if you would like to go to the Hard Rock Casino, usually we'll go during the day, but this will give you a chance to experience the Hard Rock in the evening, have a fancy dinner there, and do some gambling, maybe see a show if they've got a show going on that night. March 23rd, we're going to go up to the Brooksville area and go see Stage West's School of Rock. And there is a movie starring Jack Black based on this play, and the music's by Andrew Lloyd Webber on this one. So it'll start out with lunch at Golden Corral, and then the show School of Rock at the Broadway or at the Stage West Theater. And it's a really sweet story. It's here's the write up. Rock got no reason, rock got no rhyme. You better get me to school on time. Based on the hit movie starring Jack Black again, the show follows Dewey Finn, a failed wannabe rock star who decides to earn an extra bit of cash by pretending to be a substitute teacher at a prestigious prep school. There he turns a class of straight A pupils into a guitar shredding, bass slapping, mind blowing rock band. But can he get them to the Battle of the Bands without their parents and the school's headmistress finding out? I don't know. Let's find out. Also paired with that, the same day, we're going to go to Weeki Wachee. So you can take boat rides, watch mermaids, possibly see some manatees hanging lunch there. And then wrapping up the month of March. This one's selling quick, so make sure you get in on it early. March 26th to 30th, we're going to go to Macon for the Cherry Blossom Festival. We did do it last year. This is going to have some tweaks to it that I'm excited about. This has more meals included. So 6 meals included, all your breakfasts and 2 really nice dinners. We're going to go to Atlanta the first evening and have a driving tour and a visit to the Atlanta Marriott. The next day, you're going to have admission to the Georgia Aquarium and the World of Coke. And then we're going to head up to Macon, just a little ways from Atlanta. We're going to have 2 really nice dinners. We're going to go to the Hay House. which is this mansion built in the 1860s, and it's got a working elevator. It's got one of the oldest elevators I guarantee you've ever been in. You can maybe fit 3 skinny people in there, or 2 of me, maybe 1 of me. Um, you actually now, if you do it, you got to remember when you go up to the upper floor, you have to remember to close the door, or the elevator can't go back down. Which I got so excited when I went up, I forgot to close it. I ran back down the stairs, so I had to go back up. But what's cool about it being such an old mansion, it's got hidden passageways and secret rooms. So you're going to be a regular daytime tour, have dinner in the mansion, and then they're going to take us on kind of a spooky after hours uh, tour of the mansion and see the secret rooms and hear ghost stories. So that should be a lot of fun. The other fancy dinner is going to be at the Opera House. They have a beautiful opera house in Macon, and hopefully we get the same tour guide because her daughter sings opera. She took us by her house. Of course, we're going to get to see the Macon cherry blossoms. They have more cherry blossoms blooming there than you get in Washington, D.C. for their cherry blossom tour. We're going to have a day at the festival downtown, a lot of great food choices and entertainment, music and wiener dog races and bed races and street concerts. So a really fun trip. A lot of good stuff going on that one. All right, to wrap up, the 8-day miracle of moving into Travel is Fun's new digs. So how did we get there? Here's what it looks like from the outside now. I did the vinyl placement. One of my neighbors makes vinyl. So I put that up. You can see it says Travel is Fun and our phone number and website. And there's the outline of the bus. And there's Dad looking amazed. He did. I showed it. Actually, I showed it to him as a preview long before I was on the window because I went into the computer and made it, set it up so it would look like that. Anyway, that was hard. It was kind of a chilly day. It's not a perfect vinyl installation, but as good as I could do. So there's the flyer that went out in our last mailing with our new address, 6800 Gulfport Boulevard South. I think I've changed that everywhere it needs to be changed. I keep finding places that still say Tyrone. So if you see one, let me know so I can fix it. Here's the maps. So we're at the corner of Gulfport Boulevard South and Pasadena Avenue South, and this is the South Pasadena Shopping Center, and it's long. Here's Bell's is way down there, and Walmart's there, and then there's this little square area built on the end, and we're tucked in that corner right there. So you can see the Walmart, there's Quest, there's CVS, and that's us. And if you're coming from Tyrone Gardens, here's how to drive there. If you come from Tyrone Gardens, go down to 5th Avenue North, take that to 66th Street. If you're heading south on 66th Street, you know this spot where the road kind of forks and you bear right, and that'll take you to Pasadena. So bear right here. Now you're on South Pasadena Boulevard, and you're just going to keep going till you get to Gulfport Boulevard and turn in. Now, some people have been asking us, we can't park at Tyrone Gardens anymore because we're not paying them any rent. They don't want us there. So we found a new place to park, and that's going to be at the Winn-Dixie that's right across the street from our office. And it's a beautiful parking lot. It's actually really nice. The bus will be pulling in, make a loop here, and we're going to ask you to park in this west end of the parking lot as far from the front door as you can get. The manager's excited because sometimes you guys want snacks before a trip. And where are you going to buy your snacks? You're going to go to Winn-Dixie. If you do go in there and buy something, tell them you're there for Travel is Fun. That helps grease the skids for me. So yeah, you can see our office is down here and our parking will be right there. So in the first trip we're going to do, that parking is going to be Christmas, the Christmas trip down to Fort Myers and New Year's. So after that, it's already fixed on our website. So that's the scoop. Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to do any promos of Travel is Fun agency via the Gulfport
Gabber
Senior Center and all?
Senior Center? I haven't looked into them yet. Yeah. We do advertise in the Gabber.
Right.
So yeah, we'll probably talk to the Senior Center. One of the other things I'm working on doing, if you haven't subscribed to our email, please go on our website. There's a button in the top to subscribe to our email. That's the easiest way I can get a hold of you and get news out about what we're doing. I promise I don't sell the list and I don't inundate you with emails. I send out maybe a couple a month. One of the things I'm going to do with our emails is once I finish getting settled in, there's a lot of nice small businesses in this shopping center. I'm going to feature a business in my email every couple of weeks and tell you about them and tell you about the people who work there. I'm going to ask them to give my flyers away in exchange, and you'll find out about all of the things you can do in this great shopping center. Yeah, Dollar Trees. Or if you got a dog, they got a dog groomer. Yes, it's not open on Mondays. They got a big garage door comes down, but I think they're open the rest of the week.
Have gone there for about 30
And
years.
fantastic. I don't know what you guys think. Fantastic Sam's does a pretty good job, I think. I look like me. It was a little more expensive than my old barber, but they did all right. So I'm excited. This was kind of the last piece of the puzzle for me.
I do think you have a whole population
Yes.
from the south part of Pasadena, Gulfport, St. Pete Beach.
Yeah.
Potential clients. We would do lunch and learns now, whether they were just at Gulfport and whether they were just health groups, I don't know. But I mean, you sponsor a lunch and learn, and people would come and
Yeah.
to business.
And that's at the senior center?
Yeah, I don't know if
Yeah.
we do private business or not. That's Gulfport.
Yeah, I've got a couple places around there I've already talked to about coming in. Winn-Dixie is a huge condo complex. They had quite a bit of damage from the storms. So last I heard, they hadn't really moved back in yet. Once that fills in, there's 1,000 people right there.
And the same
Yeah.
with the, similar to
Yeah.
this place, it was called, what was it called? The Fountains.
Yeah.
That's another name now, but nobody's there now.
I can't tell you how many people I've bumped into walking around there that have traveled with Travel is Fun. Had no idea we had moved in there, but I just bumped into them, or they came around the corner and saw our window and said, "Hey, I haven't been with you guys in a while. Glad you're here." So, yeah, it was a move that was long overdue because Tyrone Gardens, they're tearing that section down, and that whole part of the shopping center was a health hazard to begin with because it all leaked. It smelled terrible, and I'm just so happy to be out of there. I can't tell you. I do have to issue one more thanks. My scout troop, Troop 261, we did a fundraiser. I paid them a pittance, but they helped me make the move. And we had everything moved from Tyrone Gardens into the new place in half a day. That was, I was very worried about that happening, but that went great. Okay, to wrap up the year, we've got Montreal, Quebec, and more coming up May 15th to 26th, 12 days. And that is a diamond tour. That'll be Wendy and I. We're going to visit Montreal, Quebec, and Ottawa. We're going to have step-on guides who can help us dealing with all the French-speaking people. We're going to go to the Notre Dame Basilica, famous underground city, narrated cruise on St. Lawrence, tour of Parliament Hill, a lot more. Well, would you? Thank you. Buffy's going to come around and collect your little yellow slips. If you don't have it ready, get it ready. Because Buffy don't put up with no guff. We're also going to do Beautiful Maine. That'll be in September. That's going to be the 26th to October 6th, 11 days. And 4 nights in beautiful Maine, 18 meals included. A guided tour in Portland, Kennebunkport, historic Victoria Mansion, Pineland Farms, Booth Bay Railway, Seashore Trolley Museum. The one thing we're not going to get to do, and Wendy keeps telling people this, and she's wrong, is we are not going to get to go to Stephen King's house. That's like a 6-hour round trip from where we're going to be. So, sorry, we ain't going to get to go to Bangor, see Stephen King's bats on his fence. Makes me sad. Did I ever tell you guys my story with Stephen King?
Stephen King.
Yeah. Okay, I won't tell it again. If I haven't told you and you want to hear it, come get me after. All right, today's holidays. Today is Answer the Phone Like Buddy the Elf Day. So if I was at the office, I would say Travel is Fun Tours, Buddy the Elf. What's your favorite color? It is also Baked Cookies Day. That's a good one. It is Flake Appreciation Day, so you guys should all appreciate me. It's Ham Salad Day. It's Twins Day. and it is Wear a Plunger on Your Head Day. See, none of you are celebrating that one. Yeah. So who has questions for me? Going once, going twice. No questions? I wore you out. All right. Well, next month we're going to be back here. We should be in the auditorium in Ross Camp Auditorium next month, and that's going to be on the 8th. And I will have April to share with you. So let's find out who won our Where in the World. And I got other stuff to give away too. Let's see. Did anybody even have a guess? Fountain somewhere. That's a pretty good guess. That's and Buffy says it's a fountain of faces. Well, you're not wrong. All right. So let me see. Who are my three who were possible winners? It was Lee, right? Joe and Ferris. Ferris hasn't won. Where's Lee? All right. I'm going to have this nice young lady pick a winner. So you know I'm not playing favorites.
So tell us where the picture was.
Would you like to know?
Yeah.
What if I kept it secret till next month and made you come back? I should start doing that. Not tell you till next month. Now here it is. It is at the St. Augustine Visitor Center on Castillo, across from Castillo de San Marcos. And it's a gift from San Francisco, Spain. It's a replica of like 500-year-old fountains they have in Spain. So I was out walking around and I found a nice bench to sit on there and relax. So,
Because after, or.
no, if you look close, no, I don't think they are. Let me see.
Sign explaining it, that's all, okay.
Yeah. I can dig that up. I think they represent like spirits or like the history.
Greeks or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the end of that. I got stuff to give away though. So, and our winner is Lee Montgomery. Did I tell you, Lee? You win, Lee. All right. So
Your money, so that.
that'll work out even. Okay, I have goodies to give away. I have a llama. I have some Werthers. And my personal favorite, I have a wireless light switch. Ooh. And it's got like Velcro on it, so you can stick it anywhere. This was handy. I took one of these on vacation because Wendy had booked us a cabin and there were no lights in the bedroom we were in. And I just happened to have this packed and I stuck it on the wall next to the bed. We had a light.
Battery?
It's battery operated. Yeah. Isn't that cool? And don't go running away. I still have chocolate to give away. Everybody's getting some chocolate for that. Let's leave it. You pick my next winner. I'm going to give the llama to this person. You get a cute stuffed llama. That's going to go to Buffy, the warmest, fuzziest person I know. Okay, Buffy, you can pick the next winner. That's going to be the Werthers.
Do we have one?
I think you do. That's going to go to Tom. Where's Tom? Tom, you get to the sweetest person I know.
Always good.
Tom, you get to pick the winner of the light switch. Tom picked Janelle Bailey. Where's Janelle? Janelle, you can see in the dark now.
Dark.
Here you go, darling. It's a nice little piece. So again, this is a big cat habitat. It's a lot more than cats and a lot of animals to check out and a nice month to be walking around a park. So I will be sticking around if you. Oh, wait, we got one more drawing. I always forget. And thank you, folks at home, for joining us. I hope you had sound this time. I'll find out later. I will be told.
That'd be me.
Enjoyed it.
Yeah, last night there was no